Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about why I think it's important that you should potentially consider trying a new sport. All right, because I can say that in the last 2 and a bit years, I have learned many new sports. And these are sports that I spent the majority of my life saying that I would never, ever, ever learn, never wanted to learn. And I think I spent more time saying that than I actually did learning the sport. And of course, all the benefits that come with it, because there are many, let me tell you. But before we get into that, welcome to my channel. I'm Ali. And if you're new here, which you probably are because this is a new YouTube channel of mine, and we talk about things that make you feel good in your body and your mind. For me, that's mostly movement and all the things that kind of come from that for me. This is still a new channel, so I'm still kind of working on that intro, but you know, bear with me. I'm trying to communicate my passion of this with you all. Anyways, all right. So yes, let's get into it. All right, sports. Why should you consider learning a new sport? Well, let me start by telling you a story of mine. So I've always been into fitness and sports and like learning things and whatever, but when it comes to sports that have to do with equipment, Mother Nature, and me potentially dying, not interested. All right, I'm a very risk-averse of a person. I'm like kind of scared of heights. I'm just scared of hurting myself, you know, even though I do, you know, combat sports and stuff like that, like Muay Thai and everything like that. Both my feet are planted on the ground and I feel like I have a lot of control over what's going on. Yeah, and I'm not really that much of an adrenaline junkie. I don't really seek like thrills like that at all. I don't know if you can relate or not, but it doesn't really interest me that much to put myself in life and death situations. All right. But 2 years ago, I was in Nicaragua with Gab, my partner. And he's like very much into that stuff. He started learning kite surfing and he likes extreme sports and things like that. And we were in a like surf-based location. So we were staying at a friend's hotel. So she owned it. So, you know, we were there for a while. And they had surf lessons there. So Gab was like, oh, you know, he had done it before in the past a little bit. And he's like, I'm going to take, you know, a little lesson here and there. So why don't you do one with me? I said, nope. I don't want to learn how to surf. I don't see the fun in like going in the water and just like being with the waves and getting all like the friggin' ocean salt water in your face and your eyes and your nose and your hair, and you're just falling and you're like, I don't see any pleasure in that personally. All right, especially, you know, the amount of risk involved. Not so much. But then I was trying to keep an open mind and I said, okay, you know what? Like, I'll take a lesson with you, one lesson, whatever. It'll be fun. We'll make it fun. I'll probably hate it, but I'm just gonna go in with an open mind and smile, and that'll be it, you know? And so that's basically what happened. I was in the water, like water's in my face, falling off my board, like really just like, who enjoys this, you know? My eyes were burning. I was swallowing salt water. It was just like, no, you know, and the guy kept telling me, you know, just like, do this. And I'm like, yeah, I know, like, I know what you're telling me to do, but like physically, I just like, I can't do it. I'm trying to do it, but I can't do it. So it's like very annoying when someone is like, just do this. Like, it's so easy, you know? Anyways, later that day when the lesson was over, my body felt so freaking good. And I was like, what? Wow. Is this like what water sports does? I feel amazing. Like, my head felt good. My body felt amazing. I felt so good the next day. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to do it again. And I I noticed some like tiny micro progressions. Like when I got in the water, I knew what to expect. All right. And at this point, I also kind of decided, okay, we're here for a few days. I'm going to commit to standing on my board at one time. That's all I ask for. And then I'll be done with this, you know. But I knew what to expect when we went in the water. So it was like not so bad. I still fell off my board every single time, but then I just kept getting up. And I had like no shame like I do when I do other things in life. Like YouTube, for example. Every time I press record, I'm embarrassed. I feel like, oh, you know, like I feel dumb. People are gonna hate me. This is stupid. Like, like the inner dialogue is just like awful. But when it comes to like sports and that, I'm just like, whatever, this is normal. I'm gonna suck it at first and I'll just keep going. Just like fall off my board and get back on. Fall off my board and get back on. Fall off my board and get back on and keep going and like not give a shit what other people are thinking because I'm just like, I'm learning. I don't know how to do this, you know? I also get really frustrated with myself in sports when I can't do something properly. I'm like, I have to do it right. So I definitely need to be a bit more compassionate with myself on that end. But anyways, I kept going, you know, kept falling off and I didn't succeed, but I still felt really good in my body and my head. And I was like, what is this feeling? Like I suck, but I feel really good after, you know? Next day, did it again, same thing. And the next day, I finally stood on my board one time, all right? It was for like a few seconds, but I was so damn proud of myself. It was the only time that I stood up in the 5 days that we were there. I was so happy. And then I was like, okay, I wanna learn how to surf. Like, I wanna continue doing this. I love the way my body feels. I love the way my mind feels. I wanna continue. And it just like opened a door for me. Because since that moment, I was very resistant to learning new sports like that. And I was scared. I was scared of hurting myself. I was just like not interested at all, thinking like it's too hard, it's too complicated, I don't want to get hurt. But then after that experience, I don't know, something happened. I had like a spiritual moment when it came to surfing. And I love this story because it was like very meaningful for me to the point where I like started crying when I was talking about it at the airport with Gab, which I know sounds crazy, but it was like a very deep moment for me where I was like, oh my God, this is like, there's so much meaning of this, you know?
What happened, baby? What just happened?
I was talking about surfing and how it was a very special moment because I think it was like an experience that I had where something is hard and you know it's gonna be hard. You just have to go in with like a good attitude.
You have to have fun.
And like, no, it's not gonna be easy, you're not gonna be great, but like it's okay, and you just get up, you keep trying, you just like get back on your board, you go and go, and then like you see these really small progressions, and it was just like a very nice example of what perseverance and practice can do, and I think it's very applicable to all things in life.
And then you cried like a little baby.
It's like so cliche, but so true, you know? And then since then, I started taking kite surfing lessons in, where were we? In the Philippines. Again, a sport that I never wanted to do, especially kite surfing, because with surfing, you just got the board. Kite surfing, you're like, you know, maneuvering the kite, you're dealing with water and wind at the same time. And when it comes to like physics for me and like wind direction and where like gravity and stuff, I'm just like, it's like a lot for me to process. Okay.
The what?
The long line for a body drag like a few times because he's like it's kind of short. So
Okay.
but did you watch me body drag? And it's kind of fun.
Okay, but I didn't. Actually, I only took like a few lessons at the beginning, so I didn't actually get on a board yet, but I was just like learning how to maneuver the kite and kind of body dragging a little bit. But I like every step that I took, I was like, okay, I can do this. Like, I got this, I'm good, you know? And then I've just recently learned how to ski. Again, I'm from Canada, never interested in learning how to ski at all. I remember when I was in kindergarten, you know, they used to put like our snowsuits on where like you couldn't even move, you were like the Michelin man. And they would put like the little skis on us. And I remember walking outside and like my skis would always cross and I wasn't able to uncross them by myself. So the teacher always had to come and uncross them for me. And then I like do a little few steps and they cross again. And I remember thinking to myself, like, this is so stupid. Why are they making us do this? It's awful. I hate it. I'm cold. I can't walk. Like, no. So I was never interested in it. And I'm proud to say that recently I have learned to ski in 3 days. I mean, I'm not a pro or anything, and I'm still falling, which is normal. But like my mindset going into it was like, I'm gonna learn how to ski. And I never felt that before in my life, okay? And I was like, it might be hard, but I'm gonna try anyways. It might be scary, but I'm gonna try anyways and just try and not die. You know, and Gab was a very good teacher. And on the third day, I was like doing the piste, the mountains, trails, by myself. And yes, I fell by myself, but like I had learned how to, you know, take off my skis and put them back on and like just kind of stay calm and everything. And I love going on the chairlift. It's like a moment of meditation. It's so peaceful, and especially at night when it's quiet and you're in nature and you just get that fresh air. I felt so good, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that because I just never thought I ever would. And anyways, so all that to say is I'm here to tell you about why I think it's so important to learn new sports, because it's really affected me in my life, and I think that it can be really beneficial for some people as well. If you're thinking about trying a new sport and if you're scared to death to do it, never say never. That's what I gotta say. So one of the first things is that it's just good for your brain. Learning new motor skills can help your brain grow. And it works just in the same way as intellect-based activities help your brain grow as well. So consider that. Brain growth doesn't have to come from, you know, intellectual-based activities like reading and research and so on and all that kind of stuff. But actually, like moving your body and learning how to move in different ways is incredible for brain growth. All right. Number 2, acquiring new skills like learning a new sport can help increase longevity and happiness, and can cause your brain to create positive emotions towards learning new things, making it easier for you to, you know, want to learn new things in the future. Which this one, honestly, I mean, I'm like a walking proof of that, because, you know, when I first started learning how to surf, it just like opened the doors to so many things that I never thought I would do, but it just made it easier for me. I was like, okay, if I can do that, I can do this, okay, the same way. And it keeps getting easier. So yeah, it works. It works. And that, combined with the endorphins that it gives you, it just makes you like a nice chemical cocktail of happy hormones where you just feel so good. All right, you feel good in your body, you feel good in your mind, and that's what is the most important thing for me. The third reason is social circles and community. So whenever you join something new, like a sport, you're automatically opening the door to a new community of people that you would have never met before. So I'll give you an example. When it comes to kite surfing, if you start learning how to kite surf, let's say, there's very like specific destinations you have to go to. You can't just kite surf anywhere because, you know, it needs to be a kite surfing spot where like the wind is right and so on. And there's a whole community there. And we've been to a handful of kite destinations so far. And we've come to learn that the kite community is an incredibly chill community that we love spending time with. We were just in the Philippines, And we were on an island called Boracay, which is a very popular island. It kind of, well, it has two sides, obviously. It's an island, and one side is called White Beach, which is kind of like the very touristy side, with all like the hotels and the mass tourists and just so many people and the vendors and so on, and it's just busy, busy, busy. And then you have, I think it's called Bolabog Beach, which is the kite surfing beach. And we were staying in the middle because we had never been there before, so we're like, oh, we'll kind of go on both sides. And White Beach with all the tourists, not so much our thing. We said to ourselves, I don't know how much time we're actually gonna spend on this island. This is not really our vibe. But then when we started going on the kite surfing side, it's like night and day. So chill, less people. It's just a completely relaxed mindset. People who just enjoy being, you know, one with nature, really calm vibes. So nice, so welcoming. I mean, we were only there for 3 days, but the first day we were there, we got associated with the kite school, and immediately, you know, they started inviting us to gatherings, say, oh, like the whole kite community, like we're going to this bar tonight, we're going to see this show tonight, like come with us, like we'll wait for you, you're welcome to come. Just like very warm and family-like, you know, and like the 3-4 days that we were there, we became good friends with them, and it was just really, really nice. And that's happened for a few of the, you know, new sports that I've tried over the years. You just kind of latch on to this community and like grow with this tribe, you know, because you're all there for similar reasons, and you're all there to grow together, to learn together, to support each other, and you know, you share common goals. So honestly, this reason also for learning a new sport is a really big one for me as well. And the last one is just learning a variety of sports and, you know, different ways to move your body. It's just really good for you and reduces your risk of injury because you're constantly working different muscles in your body, you know, like let's say someone who's played, well, I'll give you an example, like, I don't know, like Gab, okay? So he's been skiing all his life, like since he was a baby. He's 43 years old. He's been skiing forever. And his body is so used to it. He doesn't even get sore now. It's like nothing to him. He's always working the same muscles. He's never doing something new. And when he started to learn how to kite surf, he hadn't learned a new sport in years. So, you know, mentally there was a challenge there because he had to, you know, mentally think about how to, you know, position his body, the perception of his body, awareness, and all that stuff was kind of off. But physically too, he was just like working muscles he had never worked before. So it was a bit tough for him because, you know, he lacked certain movements or flexibility in certain ways. So it is really, really important just for the longevity of your life, because the more you're able to move your body in different ways, the more functional you'll be able to be. As you age, you're gonna be able to do more shit. And I mean, let's be honest, we all wanna keep doing more shit as we age. We wanna, not more shit, but just like, we wanna keep doing stuff. We wanna keep moving all the time, you know? So don't stay stagnant, move your body in different ways. Again, good for your body and for your mind. And I cannot encourage you enough to try a new sport, even though you're gonna suck so hard at first, okay? It's a very humbling experience learning a new sport, but if you're surrounded by the right community, the right teachers, the right trainings, then it can be really, really rewarding, you know? So anyways, all the new sports that I learned this year. Oh yeah, also tennis. I forgot about tennis. I learned how to play tennis. And when I say I learned how to do these things, doesn't mean I'm a master at them yet, okay? I'm still very much in the beginning phases of learning how to play tennis. I'm still very much in the beginning phases of learning how to surf. I still only stood on my board one time in terms of kite surfing. I still haven't even been on a board yet. I've just been doing like body dragging because, you know, obviously I don't have opportunities to like practice these things all the time because we travel and you have to, you know, be in certain destinations and so on. But the fact that I've like opened my mind to do these things and that I can do them, I want to continue doing them, and I want to continue trying other things as well. So that's it. Anyways, I hope you found this video inspiring or whatever. And, you know, if you have any stories to share about, you know, things that you've tried, that you've succeeded at, that you haven't succeeded at, how it made you feel, things that you want to try, but you're kind of scared to because, you know, you're worried about sucking or like walking into that room for the first time and everyone looking at you and judging you and stuff like that. And, anyways, those are things that you just have to like, get out of your head, get out over it, you know? But if you need some words of encouragement, I'm here to help you with that. So yeah, anyways, like I always say, move today because you'll feel better. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Merci. Je vous aime.